Hello everyone, I'm Tabitha Yant and I'm the owner of Elegant Homes and Interiors, and I am here for Tuesday Talks with Tabitha. I'm super excited. If you're on here, come on here and say hello. Otherwise, today I'm super excited to talk about 7 benefits of hiring an interior designer or interior decorator. I think this is a wonderful subject to talk about. I get asked this all the time, is what is some of the benefits of hiring you to come to my house? So I want to go through these with you guys so that you guys will know the benefits of hiring me. I think that that's super exciting to kind of know, if you were wanting to hire me, what is some of the benefits of it. And I get asked these questions, so I'm going to go through these guys with you guys really quick. And I think that you'll see some of these that you can kind of relate with. So let's get started. The number one benefit is eliminating the guesswork and the stress work out of it. And I think this is super important, guys, because every time I get with a customer all the time, they ask me, Tabitha, I just am so stressed out. I'm trying to put this room together. I'm trying to put this house, whether it be a full house or just a room or whatever it may be. They're super stressed out because they can't see it as a whole, especially if it's a room and it's a blank canvas and they have no idea what to do with it. They're like, I'm just not knowing what to do with it. What we can do is we take all that. I come in there and I look at the space as a whole, and I look at it as completely different. I look at it as what fabrics you can do and things like that. So I know that there's been many times when you say, what is the guesswork out of that? If any of you guys can relate to this, a lot of women tell me when they get to the stores and things like that, they're just like, crickets, crickets, crickets. And I'm like, okay, so what's that mean? They say that they stand in front of all the furniture and they're like, well, will this sofa work? Well, I don't know. Will this sofa work? I don't know. I have to tell you this story. I have a customer just the last week that I'm working with. So if she's on here, I'm sorry for telling your story, but she said, Tabitha, she said, my husband and I went, we've been doing their house, and she said, and we went to Nebraska Furniture Mart and we went to look for furniture. And she said, we decided to go with some furniture. And I said, okay. And she said, we purchased it. So, but I really want you to go by and make sure that it's okay for the space. So that's what I did. I went by, and the very first thing I said to her is the furniture is perfect. The sofa is perfect. The chair is perfect. Or not the chair, the love seat's perfect. But this chair is, where are you going to put this chair? And she said, it's going to be in the corner and we're never even going to use it. We're just going to look at it. And I said, you spent $900 and some on a chair that you're not even going to ever sit in? She said, yes. She said, I didn't even think of it that way. And I'm like, I did. I'm going to tell you, we're going to take that back and we're going to buy something very inexpensive because you're never going to sit in it and you don't need to spend the money there. So that's exactly one of the reasons to have an interior designer, is because we take the guesswork out of that stuff. And that's the number one thing. Number 2, we save you money. Just like the story I was just telling you about. We take the guesswork out of it. We save you money. And it's just like spending $900 on a chair that you're never going to sit in. I would never recommend that to you. I would take that $900. I would spend probably $300 on a chair that gives you an accent in the color of the room, and then I would take the extra money and put it somewhere else, or just save you that money, clearly save that money. And that's one of the reasons and benefits of having us. And people tell me all the time, you save me money. How is that going to happen? I know, because your husband's going to think, you're crazy, lady. And I know that sounds crazy, but we actually do save you money. Another reason is because when you're in there and you're painting the whole house one color, and then you get it up there and you're thinking of the paint. Have you ever did that? Have you ever painted something and you're like, I don't like this? So we take all that guesswork out for you, and we save you money by picking out all the colors from the very beginning that you'll love. So you don't ever have to worry about having to change them. So that's number 2. Number 3, we'll find your style and customize it for you. And what that means is I will go and talk to you way before we ever start the project. I want to know who, when, where, what's going to happen in that space. So when you hire me to come in there, or you're in the elegant community, that's another thing that we actually do help women and men in their houses. And the very first thing that I ask the women and men in the community is, what are you doing in that space? Do you have pets? Do you have children? What are you doing in that space? Because I want to customize it to you, to your family, to your style, to what you're wanting to do. And a lot of times that's a man and a woman that you're wanting to, or 2 men or 2 women, whatever it may be. And we're trying to customize it to the people that live in that space. And it's very important to be asking all those questions. And at the end, that we can take those two styles and put them all together, and that everything works cohesively and that it functions well for both everyone in that family. And I think it's really funny that people ask us that, because if you have pets, that's a big deal. If the pets are going to be on the furniture or the, whatever it may be, it has to be pet friendly, or it has to be children friendly, or all the things that are going on in that room. And I really love to say that because it's customized to you and to your family and to your needs. So that is number 3. Number 4, we know where to shop. All those pictures that you see me in Instagram and Facebook and all the places that I post all those really beautiful pictures, I'm purchasing those things. Those things are being purchased by me. And whether it's being purchased wholesale or it's being purchased at local stores, I know where to go. I've got the secret sauces. And you know why? Because I'm doing it every single day. I go out and I purchase those things for all my customers. And so when somebody asks me, they'll say, Tabitha, I'm looking for an end table and I really want it to look like this. And I want it to be square, but not too big and not too this and not that. I probably know exactly where to go, to be really honest. So all those little secret sauces I give out in the elegant community. I'll tell you exactly where to go to find the exact perfect spot for any furniture, fabrics, whether it be rugs, it could be your paintings behind me, anything it must be in your house, I'll probably more than likely know where you need to go. So that's a wonderful secret that all of us interior decorators, we know exactly where to go to find all the goodies. So that's great. And then that was number 4. Number 5, we can visualize your space before we ever start. And that's kind of summing it up to the other parts. It's just knowing, I'll be honest, as soon as I walk into a space, the very first thing I know is I know what I want to do in that space. I may have 2 or 3 different ideas and I'll go through that with you in that space. But if that's a FaceTime or whatever it may be, I've been doing a lot of virtual tours of people's houses lately, and even if it's a virtual tour, I can see it through this little screen here, and I can tell you exactly what you need to do in that space. Maybe not so much portion, and we may have you measure it out, but I can tell you exactly what you need, guys, before you ever have to purchase any rugs, any drapery, any furniture, any accessories. So we take all that guesswork out for you. So that's a big plus. And a lot of times the people just really don't even know what they want until they kind of talk and we kind of hash it out, and then I can give them a couple ideas and then they're like thrilled with that. So that's super exciting for a lot of people, because sometimes they're like, I wouldn't even have thought of that. That didn't even come to mind to me. So that's super exciting too. Okay, number 6, we give the wow factor, guys. That's my number 1 thing I love to do. If you haven't noticed that on all the pictures that we do, we give this huge wow factor. No matter what we're doing, I think that every room needs this wow. Because I think that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to achieve. We're wanting our friends to come in and our family to be like, wow, that's amazing. Wow, that's just really cool. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have the most expensive home in the world, but as long as it has the wow factor, you're going to be happy, I can promise you. So to be able to achieve that, you have to have an eye for that. And that's exactly what we do every time we go out to work on that. And we try to help you doing that either in the elegant community or when you hire us to work on your house. So either way, we're going to try to achieve that for you. Okay, number 7, we see details you typically don't see. And you're going to hear me say and talk about this all the time, guys. I call this a fresh eye or a trained eye. And interior decorators, they've done it like me. I've done it, whether you hire me, you hire someone else. We have done it so much and so many times when we go into all these different houses. We're kind of seasoned to it. So we already know most of the time what your house is lacking in and what it's needing. And what it needs you may even know how to decorate. And I say this to a lot of women that are in my elegant community, is that you know how to decorate. You just need it to pull it up to that next level to make it look a little more custom or to give it that wow factor, or whatever it may be that you're trying to achieve. Sometimes it's just a little tweaking here and there, and it gives it that that custom feeling that you're wanting to do it. And it doesn't take very much. It's just a little trained eye that we have. So sometimes it's just a fresh eye is what I call that. And it's like, oh yeah, I never even thought of that. And it makes the world's difference. Sometimes it's just adding drapes, simply just adding panels to a window that can just make it, softens it, or just finish it, gives it a finishing touch. So those are the 7 tips and benefits to having a decorator at your house, or to having a decorator at your needs, or wherever you're wanting to get that. If you're wanting to get it in your home, or you're just wanting to kind of hone in on certain areas in your house, wherever it may be that you're needing me or someone else. These are the benefits of having someone like me. And I hope this was beneficial, guys. And I hope that if I can answer any questions, you'll let me know. Okay, guys, this is Tuesday Tips for Tabitha, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. Thanks so much. Bye.